So Mario's big 40th anniversary is in the year of 2025, and we have Nintendo's first big Mario announcement in this year, with many more to come, but we now know the official details and outlines of what Nintendo will be doing for Mario Day 2025, aka March 10th. It looks like Mario, so Nintendo has been clever and branded it Mario Day, and I'll tell you that in recent years, they actually have made a big deal of it. They run sales and deals on numerous different first-party Mario software, so hold off on buying any first-party Mario games until we talk about them in this video, because you're going to get them, some of them, at a steal of a price. Pack in games with OLEDs if you are still picking up a Switch 1. Instead of waiting for the Switch 2, you do have a bundle edition OLED model console with Mario Bros. Wonder, but more exciting than this first announcement, which we will outline the details of in the second half of this video, I actually want to discuss kind of where you should be setting your expectation for Mario announcements going forward, because while Mario Day's plans may have been outlined for the most part, there could still be one or two small surprises up Nintendo's sleeve for Mario Day itself, and the bigger news will no doubt be coming at something like the April Nintendo Direct, where we should get a number of different Mario games outlined for the 40th anniversary. But I also think that there is a possibility that we get a Mario Focus Direct with some of the more anniversary celebration geared games. So we're going to get on the same page with all of this info. Before we do, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification to join Sunbro Nation if you're new here. And I want to first kick it off right over at Nintendo's own website, where they outlined exactly what they will be doing for Mario Day 2025, where you can see Nintendo announces fun ways to enjoy Mario Day wherever you are. Get ready for Mario Day with Nintendo Switch OLED model plus Super Mario Bros. Wonder bundle, Universal Epic Universe theme park sweepstakes, special Mario and Friends JetBlue livery, and more. And first off, everything you need to know about the Mario OLED bundle is on screen here. As you can see, $349.99 gets you a Switch OLED edition console with Mario Bros. Wonder as a pack-in game, digital download of course, with a 3-month Nintendo Switch Online membership, and the participating retailers, according to Nintendo's own official website, are Best Buy and GameStop. Can you price match that other places? Probably not, because this bundle has to be shipped to other places. So unless if the other stores like Walmart and Target and Amazon are carrying it, according to Nintendo, it's just Best Buy and GameStop if you need to pick up this thing locally, or you can online order it from their websites, of course. But that's like your first big bundle if you need to pick up a Switch OLED this late into its life cycle. It's not a bad deal by any means, but I do think that a lot of people should be gearing up and getting their budgets ready for bigger things to come with Nintendo Switch 2. But then you have a number of different pieces of first-party Mario software, and this pricing all kicks off March 9th, mind you, so that is when all the prices we are going to talk about go live, starting with Super Mario Odyssey, discounted to $39.99. This game is almost 7.5 years old. It will probably be close to 8 years by the time we actually get to play the next installment in the mainline 3D Mario franchise, but nonetheless, this is still regularly sold on store shelves at a $60 retail price point. You can pick it up for $39.99 right now. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, aka Nintendo's most successful piece of game software ever that's not a pack-in game with a console, even though it is, of course, a lot of the times during the holiday seasons, but still, 60 plus million units sold, huge online community, 96 playable tracks. If you pick up the Booster Course Pass DLC, $39.99, you still get a ton of Mario Kart goodness for that price point. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This is a Wii U port of really a fun game in Super Mario 3D World. They also updated the speed and made it 30% faster as far as how you move the characters. They included online play for cooperative progression with friends and things. And Bowser's Fury is a fun spin-off kind of standalone 3D Mario experience in itself. I do think it's kind of that testing grounds of what a more open world connected Mario game in the modern era feels like with the 3D Mario installment. So not like a full length 3D Mario game by any stretch of the imagination, but some nice extra content to go through in addition to an already great isometric 3D platformer in Super Mario 3D World. Super Mario RPG also available at the $39.99 price point. Obviously an SNES blast from the past and classic Mario game. They showed a lot of love to Mario RPG games towards the end of the Switch generation, because we got Thousand Year Door, Super Mario RPG, and then even a brand new Mario and Luigi game. But this one is up there in terms of quality for Mario RPG games, and $39.99, not a bad opportunity to pick that up. Princess Peach Showtime will be available for $29.99. And this is a good deal because while I did kind of enjoy some of my time with Princess Peach Showtime, it got really repetitive in my opinion past like the halfway point of the game, and I would just say that for the $60 full retail price, it's really not worth it. But I will say that at a $29.99 price point, that's a fun one to pick up and add into your collection if you don't already own it. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, a very recent port that Nintendo was just selling for $60, is now $29.99. That's a big deal because I don't think that game was worth it at $60. In fact, I did not purchase that game at the $60 price point. So I will be adding this into my library personally. And I should mention all of these that we are walking through are available physical and digital. And we'll mention the retailers you can pick them up at physically just here pretty soon. But anyway, $29, half price for a game that Nintendo put out literally June of 2024. Not a bad deal, not a bad pickup. I would definitely not sleep on that. We're probably not going to see a price point that low on Luigi's Mansion 2 HD until something like the next round of Black Friday sales and stuff like that. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, another game that I did not pick up or add into my library at its full $60 price, is also available for $29.99. So some good Mario pickups. If you miss any of these titles, now is probably the time to jump on them, unless if Nintendo comes out with some kind of selects classics type of lineup for lower price points. These are going to be the lowest price point for a while to enjoy these games at. And the retailers you can pick them up for do include Best Buy, GameStop, Target, and Walmart. So you have plenty of options, and you probably have plenty of stock of these games for the most part. Hopefully these retailers are stocked up so there's not supply issues or anything like that. But always nice to see a round of game discounts when it comes to Mario content, because these are the type of games that Nintendo just sticks to their guns and sells at $60 regularly. But pivoting the conversation, I actually want to visit the idea of what announcements should we expect from here, because as mentioned, it is Mario's 40th anniversary. We know historically Nintendo does things for Mario's big 5-year anniversaries. Essentially every 5 years, they really go all out and celebrate these anniversaries again. As we saw, the 35th anniversary consists of a lot of different content. Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury being one of the many games that we got in addition to Mario 3D All-Stars, which was a limited time game. I really hope Nintendo brings it back for a while, but they may not. But anyway, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, you can't buy them digitally anymore. You can still pick up those physically, but at scalper prices, unfortunately, because Nintendo's not actively producing that game anymore. And we did have a Mario themed direct that just outlined a lot of different announcements for the 35th anniversary. Now that was during 2020, so the likelihood of getting a Mario focused direct for the anniversary this year, you could argue maybe isn't as high, because Nintendo was very light on content in the year of 2020 as we were going through that crazy pandemic at that time. However, I would argue there is a likelihood to get a Mario focused event, because we're going to at least initially see the next Mario Kart, and I believe the next 3D Mario game at the Nintendo Switch 2 Focus Direct that's upcoming on April 2nd, and Nintendo might actually want to spend more time on those games than what is allowed at that major blowout Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. So I could see something like a Mario 40th Anniversary Direct, giving Nintendo ample time to essentially outline and highlight all of the more in-depth, nuanced features of those games, all the mechanics in the new Mario Kart, the new online play that supports up to 24 racers. All of that kind of stuff can be outlined in addition to, you know, what kind of world we're traversing in the new 3D Mario, and maybe even some smaller announcements than that of additional ports or remasters or things that are coming to the Nintendo Switch family of systems for the Mario franchise. I think Mario Galaxy 2 still makes a ton of sense on paper to bring over in some capacity. It would be really nice if Nintendo did something where they bundled that game in with other classic Mario games. I would still love to see some kind of new Super Mario Bros. Collection where we get the DS games all the way through the Wii game, playable and easily accessible on modern hardware. Of course, new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is already a thing on the Switch, so we don't necessarily need that one. But let's get the other new Super Mario Bros. Games from the past playable on the Nintendo Switch. And I actually think you don't have to bring it exclusively to Switch 2. These are the type of games that make a lot of sense for Nintendo to continue to support Switch 1, even past the announcement and launch of Switch 2, with some fresh software options, because they're not going to want to just immediately stop supporting that 150 plus million install base that the Switch has today. So I think some more Mario content is actually a safe prediction to make, and I think a Mario focused Direct still makes a lot of sense in the year of 2025, and is probably going to be built around Mario's 40th anniversary with some special Mario focused announcements. But nonetheless, Mario Day, we might see some small teases from Nintendo. Last year we did get an update on the Mario Bros 2 movie, which is still yet to come out in 2026, so maybe they revisit that with some kind of video package. The only thing that makes me think that we're not going to get necessarily a big round of news updates on Mario Day itself is just because, one, they've already outlined all of these sale details and what they're doing, and two, we don't have any Mario games that are already announced that they might give us updates on, like they did on the last Mario Day where we got the launch date for Thousand Year Door and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. That's not going on this year, and I kind of feel like Nintendo's keeping things tight-lipped from an announcement standpoint until that Switch 2 Focus Direct. So the jury's out on whether or not Mario Day will hold any big announcements. I actually kind of hope it doesn't personally. I'll be on vacation that week, so if something big does happen and you see a video that's totally not related to that, it's because I'm literally flying that day. But nonetheless, big Mario stuff to come in 2025, April 2nd being the next date to have big eyes on, maybe something small on Mario Day, and I think a Mario Focus Direct somewhere along the way to celebrate Mario's 40th anniversary. So let me know in the comments down below if you're excited about any of these Mario Day deals. Will you be entering the sweepstakes? Oh, I should also mention that there's a free NSO 14-day membership trial going on. If you're not a member, you can sign up for 14 days. A lot of times, even if you took advantage of previous offers, you can still sign up for these new ones. But anything stick out to you from the round of updates for Mario Day deals? I definitely am going to be picking up some of these games into my own Switch library. Are you going to be doing any of that? And what are you expecting from Nintendo and Mario specifically this year? Do you think we get another look at Mario Kart and the 3D Mario game at something like the April Focus Direct? Do you think we get some additional Mario content that will be saved for something like a Mario Focus Direct later on in the year in 2025? And do you think Nintendo goes as all out for the 40th as they did for the 35th? Or do you believe it will be a little bit lighter on content overall? So make sure you share all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below before you leave, regardless if we agree or disagree. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn your notification bell. And with that, I've been Sunbro, you've been Nation. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.